All right. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Dorka Corvo here, the best and brightest crow here on the internet. How are you guys doing today? A little bit of a later start, but that only means we're going to be going a little bit later. We're here today in some Mabinogi. It's a Tuesday. I believe Tuesday's when dungeon drops or more. Yep. Which means we're gonna be doing a lot of diving. A lot of building up on our arsenal gunner. And a lot of advancement in our dance skills for dual gun. Which I think are actually ready to go, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So, that being said, I'm going to skip getting my herbs today. I know. But I want to get to the action today. Okay, so it's the same as the alchemy one. I like it. Alright, so dungeon guide. That's my bad. Wee. Oh my. There's a lot of things I haven't gotten. Interesting. I didn't realize there were so many that I never got. But that doesn't matter. Aha. Oh darn, I should have danned first. That's my bad, I really should have danned first. Oh, my minions. I always forget some of my minions. Get all the gold for me. Damn. Why didn't I ever fucking Dan these skills up before? Oh, right, because it didn't have any room for growth before. Not like it does now. That's a lot of gold. Oh man, I'm hunger. I can definitely see the updated item drop. Damn. Oh, damn. These dungeons can't fucking hold up to me at all. Damn. Do I have the... I do have Grandmaster Claragon. That might be why it's moving so fast. What does that do? Charge, smash. Okay, so that's for the dual blades. Alright. Time to go Dan up some skills. Oh, my hip. Ah. So fucking easy. You thought you were doing something. Hi, over there. I'm pressing the button. Yes, I still got you. Come on. It's like 12,000, I think. Yeah. Let's go. Oh, well. This is too easy. God, I'm already 4,000 points away. I haven't had a dance skill this smooth ever. Let's be honest, Flash Launcher is just as smooth. Easy fucking peasy. Now, for Flash Launcher, because thanks to the event, I have that. I don't have the gold for it. Well, you know what that means. First, see if any of the... No, okay. What's that? Oh, okay. Anyway. Means it is dungeon time. After all, I gotta get some more money. And I gotta build up this skill. Oh, and it's the perfect room to do it off the bat. I'm loving this. Wow. It's already... I did not think I would get it that fucking quickly. Damn. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Shine Seeker after this. No. I'm gonna Dan up my skill first. After that, I'm gonna try the Veteran. You know? I think this is the strongest one I've gotten so far. Like the strongest Arcana I've used. A Cyclops! Aha! Anything good? Ooh, the boss trial, okay. Actually, do I have enough gold? I do. Yep, I thought so. I thought that'd be the case where the crafted stuff would sell more than just the raw materials. That's why I need to start doing more. Crafting things like the cheap leather straps, common leather straps, all that stuff, with the materials I find, because that gives me production XP. And then I sell it off, and it gives me, money. Do I have any training steels? Take the advancement test. Let's do this, fucker. Back off. So I get points based on the damage, I guess. Okay, yep, my thought process was right. Using the way the gun boosts damage, which boosts score. No, you don't. Alright, I'm getting the hang of this. I'm loving this. I really am. Oh my god. I know I keep saying that. I just, Oh my god, it's awesome. My wife's Christmas gift for me finally came in the mail. And it's this... I'll post a picture of it on X later. And in the Discord. But it's basically... It looks like a Game Boy, but a more advanced Game Boy. Like Game Boy Color. And... what it is, it's an emulator device. It has games from the NES, Sega Genesis, fucking the 64, the DS, the game. Oh my god, it's so arcade machines. Like I was playing an old D&D video game I didn't even know existed. Yeah, you can add. I was playing it so much it died on me. Within an hour or two. I gotta take this. Take the test. Oh, why am I taking SS? It's only rank 2. Oh well. You know, it's not hurting anything. So why not? I'm an idiot for it, but you know, it's not harming anything. Dual guns being the first class where I actually dan all the skills. I cannot believe this. I don't know what the criteria for the cooldown resetting is, but I'm happy I hit it. But you know, it's amazing. Like I said, I was playing a D&D game. I can play my old, like, the old Dragon Ball Legacy of Goku games, which were, in my opinion, some of the best. Like, you know, Legacy Goku, Legacy Goku 2, Boost Fury. They need more games like that. They really do. I have a feeling if they made a game like that, it would do very well. Because as much as people love Dragon Ball and all that, I think people are getting tired of fighting-based games. And they would love the open world, well, kind of open world. It wasn't really open world, but you know what I mean. Like that exploration-based, like how Kakarot kind of was. There you are. I'm like, where'd my mouse go? I need a handicraft kit. Handicraft, I need you. All those restorative potions. Because I want to get this fucking... Where is it? Oh. I guess I got rid of it. Do I have a Phantasm Pass? No. Okay. Oh. That's a lot of money. How do I make one? You see, you're selling it for more than... Yeah, okay. I'll be alright, I'll do it.
목욕한 지 오래됐다. 아, 찝찝해.
I'm loving it. Alright, let's do this. You thought I was gonna enter here with a Shine Seeker Orb? Nah, I got the veteran. Nothing's ready, okay. Die! Fucking spiders, yes! Hey. Yeah, I'm fucking loving this. Oh my god, the damage output. And it's now max. Die. Come on. It's that big G energy, I'm telling you. I said it as a joke, but it's the truth. Let's do it. It's risky in the veteran, but fuck it. XP, motherfuckers. Snipe a bat or two. Come on, come on. What was that? I tried whistling, my mouth's too dry. There we go. Sort of. Yeah, that was bad. We're not gonna talk about it though. We're not gonna talk about it. Give me the gold. Good minions. Okay, I am going the right way. Ew, spiders. Guys, I have never been able to run veteran like this. Die, there we go. With one bullet left. Come on now, heal up. I like the shatter effect. Alright, floor 2, here we come. I can't believe I'm able to do this. And I'm only gonna get stronger. Oh my god, guys, you don't understand how excited I am. I mean, if you play Mabby, you do understand, actually. I mean, look, regardless of how you feel about the whole thing they did with the expansion and all that, because I know a lot of people have very negative look on it, on New Rise. If it wasn't for New Rise, I would not be where I am. I would still be struggling. Die. Hey, wait a minute. Like, that wasn't part of the playlist, I don't think. I think Spotify started playing its own songs again. Oh man, guys, this is so fucking awesome. How much gold do I have? Oh my god. I've made almost 100,000 gold in this dungeon alone. Actually, you know what? Did I ever? No, I didn't. This way. Thank you. I'm loving it so fucking much. Oh wait, actually, you know what? What's your level at? Yep. I can do this. With the bonding ties. Yeah, guys, it's only been 20 minutes. I'm already almost at the end. Literally 3 weeks ago, I wouldn't even be able to make it this far in an hour. Again, I'm mad I didn't do this one first. No, actually, I'm glad I didn't do this one before Forbidden Alchemist. Because then I would have done Forbidden Alchemist, and I probably would have stuck with it for a bit, just out of principle of, oh, I just unlocked it, let me see how it goes. You know what I mean? Giving it a little bit of the whole, you know, oh, I haven't really given it a chance yet. Especially since it is a good Arcana. I just like this one more. Hey, it's fucking dope. Oh, that's right, I'm carrying offline. Revive. I need to see one more and I complete the mission. Alright. Die. Alright, let's do this. Die. Charging. Ooh, we got it, boys. I can't believe that fucking worked. No fucking way. I just looked at the time. I know we are not about to complete this in under 30 minutes. Oh! Oh! No fucking way! Under 30 minutes! I have never, ever gotten close to that ever before. Holy. Oh my god. Oh, damn. Again, I can't believe that worked. Oh my god. Alright. Oh my god. And I'm 2 Arcana levels away from getting the first link. Oh my god. I'm even walking through this now. God, it's so good. I didn't realize I didn't gain XP for this. I'm a little sad now. loving this so much. I really wish though that you got XP for this. But then that would kind of be overpowered. Yes. Bro, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Oh my fucking. Oh my god. 6 minutes. What was my last record? 15? Hi. I think my wife's confused why I'm yelling 6 minutes. Oh my. Huh? Where? The controller? Oh, this thing? Oh, you want to play it? Goodbye. Ooh. Oh, it's all Celtic stuff. They look cool, but they're not good stat-wise anymore. Like, look at that. It just looks cool, that's it though. Yeah, like... Like I said, it's just not worth it to use the Celtic gear, sadly. And that used to be some of my... I mean, that was the pinnacle, was Celtic. I remember that. Yeah, no, it used to be the pinnacle was Celtic gear. Now, though... Ooh, 2 more. I get a bunch of XP fruits. Did I do that? Gravity, like gravity. Anyway, I wanted to go repair my Brianac. So I need to go to the Tara Bank, right? Yes. And do his part-time job. Now the question is, where is the Tara Bank? Ah, bank. Hi, Keith. Note. Compose a note to... Send that note. Hopefully they read it. Please read it. Please. Alright, also... No, I didn't mean that. I meant this. Where is it? Oh my god. Alright, so let's see what we get. Oh, I actually have that on already, but it has the enchantments. Okay, I have a note. Parabang, channel 10. You know what? I gotta, just to see what it looks like. Oh my god. Oh! That's dope as fuck. Oh my god. Oh wait, hold on, sorry. Let me take those out. Yes. So let's see, what does I get? The set is crit damage, max damage, attack speed, stamina usage reduction. So that gives flash launch damage, way of the gun duration, shooting rush damage, bullet storm damage. Still could upgrade my guns. I didn't upgrade them. Are you here yet? Where'd the package go? Do one of my bags close? What? There was a bag here. No. Where is it? Close the event and no. How do I open the event inventory? No. Wait, what? I thought I had some of those. Guess not. Wait, does that work? Nine. No. Does it work for you or no? There we go. I got it back. I don't know why it was closed. God, where are you? Well, it's over. I can't? Oh no. That means... there's no point in keeping them. Oh, not that. Well, that was a dud. Oh my god, I'm itching to try this out. Wait. What's my equipment level? Free to. I can do it. I can do it now. Oh my god, I can do it. I'm about to just. Alright, so where do I go to repair the Brionac? Doran. Oh, Doran. Hi. Thank you. Now, if you excuse me. Oh. Aha. There was, what was it? I had something like it for the Thalia stuff. Thought I did. Didn't, oh, did I get rid of it? Oh. You're weak. Okay. Well, I don't remember how to do any of this, so... out I go. That was a wasted trip. Anyway. Where do I go? Okay. I'm trying to find how to get to Glen. Because I can't teleport there from the dungeon guide. Because it's not unlocked yet. Right, that's where I go. Okay. Ooh. Let's fucking do this. Ouch. Damn. Ouch. Well, I mean, there is a reason why it says recommended equipment levels 480. But you know what? I have to do this. No, I'm running, I'm running. Got my mana shield up. No! Merlin, fucking do something. Damn it. Damn it. Yo, what the fuck? Wait, I have an idea. What if I do it this way? Because this is intense. Oh my... Damn it. What the fuck? How am I supposed to do this? Ow. You know what? We're gonna be that way. The meteor did nothing. Stay away. Oh my god. I just need to knock you down like 1 more %. That's it. Merlin, fucking do something. You're so close to the end. Okay, thank God. Um... Wait, I can leave now. Oh God, that was so... Alright. No, I could well be mistaken. In that state I had no true eyes, nor ears, nor mouth. What could I trust of such sense-deprived perceptions? At least, I pray I'm mistaken. Oh. Well, Balaam told me to take good care of it, and there's only one reason he asked such favor. I think it belongs to Arbar. He was always at Balaam's side. You know how to restore firewood of the soul to its original form, don't you? Teach me how it's done? Yep. I see. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with me. Allow me to apologize for my impassioned outburst. I was impatient when, had I simply waited, I'm sure you would have told me what you knew in time. But since time is of the essence here, let me quickly tell you about the ice. This is the flame that Kaliak left behind. You wouldn't be wrong to think of it as a sacred flame. The one from our legends that perpetuates winter's chill as long as she has firewood to feed it. After my soul was transformed into firewood, it was still as instinctively new. Those flames you surely saw in Glen were not only the sacred flames that sustain the winds of winter, but the means through which the paradoxical flames born of firewood are sustained within that realm. I realize how strange that must sound, but my memory is surprisingly clear. I remember that I became a piece of firewood somehow, and then, when I crossed the threshold into Glen, that wood became a flame. I even remember being carried out of Glen Bearn in your hands. Are you okay? I'm just okay, just a bit puzzled. Kaliak handed the firewood that had been taken from me to a Fianna Gamach, asking if I knew what must be done so that the day and night would persist. The deer, seeming to understand what she meant, took the firewood and disappeared. As I followed Kaliak through the flames, I found in my possession that chunk of ice and Arbor's firewood. Next thing I knew, you were there fighting against Kaliak, and then I passed from flame back into firewood once more. That's all I can recall of what I experienced. While I try to wake Arbor up, you should take a closer look at that chunk of ice. I will use Brainiac. More force. Where the fuck am I? You are Kaliak? I love these captions. I said you're Kaliak, and they came up, you are Italian. Oh my god. Big Bunny. Oh my. There's something that's bothering me. I need to tell it to you straight. I want to apologize to you. I need to. From the beginning, I went on and on about a fair deal, but every step of the way, you've been the one doing most of the work. You wouldn't have needed to rush into Glen had I not been imperiled. You almost... No, I think it's fair to say you did go through a great deal of trouble. I am truly sorry for everything. I swear to you I'll repay this debt no matter what. You know, with all that's happened, I almost forgot the search that started this entire foray. That I told you were looking for. Extraordinary. I would never have believed it had I not seen it with my own eyes. I think the legends were true after all. It's something that, by all rights, shouldn't be able to exist, like alcohol that sharpens the senses, or a poisonous mushroom stew that neutralizes toxins when eaten. At any rate, I'm relieved to see that you found what you'd come all this way in search of, and that in some small way I was able to help you find it. Oh, I'm not trying to keep bringing up our agreement, at least not intentionally, so I'm certainly open to further discussing it. I know your battle must have left you cold and tired, but it would be to our benefit to examine the area right away. Kaliak is using bodies and souls from slab meats to create the beings that populate Glenbirna. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I even witnessed it happening myself. Just to be safe, we should block access to the area as much as possible, so no people or animals wander near there. Then we can begin looking into whether there's a way to seal off Glenbirna or not. How does that sound? Yo, looks like you guys have caught in this mess too, huh? But before Danger could so much as throw a mean right hook, the Great Merlin has solved the case. And it looks like you got someone weird in tow again. How do you keep finding these people? Someone weird? Are you referring to me? I've never really considered myself weird. I'm dressed suitably for the environment and my occupation. Besides, I'm here with him, someone most people seem to trust. I do have a few questions for you, though. Even though I can tell you're a wizard of no mean skill, but seeing as you're wandering around the labyrinthian mountain range with no map or guide and seem to have appeared out of nowhere, I'm suspicious you're not altogether human. So you're a friend of yours. A friend who knows good views. So a friend but not a good friend, since there's no good friend would encourage drunkenness. Yo, hold up a sec. We're talking about vintage Grand Blago here. Top flight wines from limited batches. With a wine or beer, cheaper prices is all alcohol. If you drink it, you'll get drunk. Anyway, I suppose that at least affirms you two know each other. Yeesh! Your pal here is really the cautious sort. Is there something inherently suspicious at me? Nah, couldn't be. Anyway, moving on. I'm curious about this guy. You can call me that. Loisnach. Gotcha. Just glad I don't have to spell it. So, weird question to start with. Have you, by any chance, come to a sudden realization about something you never knew before? How did you... Who is this man? There's always a way to know the unknown. So you can even do it with that, huh? Neat. To be more specific, it's not that it was erased or covered up, it was actually frozen, making it inaccessible to conscious thought. I guess the ice was the medium for the magic, so breaking that broke the spell too. Sooner or later, your consciousness will naturally comprehend it, and once it does, you remember more of what was lost. It'll take a while to melt, though, like ice melts slowly in the early spring sunshine. But, even if it seems it'll never melt completely, don't you worry. The year moves in its cycle. Summer always follows spring. The master of summer isn't going to just let traces of winter linger like that. Is that true? Of course! These things only follow a single direction. Anyway, I guess that's one question down. No worries, I got time. Go on, ask about whatever's on your mind. Bet you're curious about what the thing is, right? Of course I do, and I'll tell you all about it, since you're my favorite drinking buddy. She really didn't skimp, even on the smallest details. It's so convincing that most wouldn't even think to question it, blurred just enough around the edges to trick all but the keenest senses, and if she was up against anyone else, that might have been enough. Too bad she ended up catching the attention of the Great Merlin. I saw right through it. Of course, I'm willing to spill the secrets. Come on, ask me anything. Ah, yeah, that's actually one of the things I mentioned, where her world is blurred around the edges. I mean, it doesn't take a detective to tell you that place is miles away from normal, right? What she did is she warped the space itself to make it look like what's inside is a completely different place from what's outside. That helps to minimize the paradoxes caused by her altered reality, ignoring the original characteristics of the area, or the general principles of cause and effect. So, if a piece of firewood from outside becomes a flame once it crosses into Gladbirna, what fills the role of the firewood inside? Care to take a guess, Mr. Kindling? Well, if I were Kaliak, I would likely turn an eye towards whatever the most useless, or presents an active threat. Burning them away would provide warmth or eliminate that which is undesirable. It would seem to fit the framework of paradoxes you described. Damn, my explanation was so good that even a guy who literally just heard about all this now is showing signs he's got it down cold. Man, sometimes I amaze myself. She probably accounted for any cases where someone would randomly wander in looking for firewood and remove it from the bounded space. I'm not sure how likely that is, but if it does happen, there's no real downside for her. It's firewood she needs, not the byproduct. I have no more questions. She's probably looking at how to mend that crack. Let's see. Hypothetically speaking, you have to venture inside, then shake up the order of that space to break up what it's composed of. In theory, that should destabilize its balance. It seems that's already happened, though. Not that I'm complaining. That means less work for me. The more delicate and complex the system is, the more likely that one missing or broken component will throw the entire thing into disarray. Doesn't look like blocking it from the outside will work. You still need to be able to go in there and bring out the firewood somehow. The winter has to repeat its cycle, so blocking it from the inside wouldn't work either. Seems we have much to consider then. Of course we do, but, the great Merlin's got everything well in hand, so you'd expect. I did a little preparation beforehand, since this place has been giving off some vibes that piqued my interest. I thought for sure I wouldn't have too much trouble getting these, but given the season. So I pushed visiting the farms back a bit on my to-do list. When I got there, guess what? None of the farmers had a single sheaf of grain left from the last harvests. Apparently someone got there before me and laid claim to all of them. I wondered who else would have been interested in such a specific thing that would almost no value to most people, but now I see they're being put to good use. I was frightened that someone might have just fed them all to their livestock. Nothing to be sorry about, pal. Looks like you borrowed the know-how of the old druids. You could tell that much just by looking at me. It's impressive. Now this is just what I was told, so I can't say how true it is, but a lot of things we mountain keepers used to carry our work was originally created with the wisdom of the druids. That's how I avoided catching so much as a sniffle while I was lying unconscious in the frozen earth. I told Grim Shadows to bundle up and wear a robe, but having these sheaves give me all the warmth I need. In the waning days of fall before winter's chill set in, I head into the lowlands to the last farm or two where the farmers are still gathering their harvests, and get them for a small markup. Right, they symbolize the end of fall and the onset of winter, and that's why I needed them. I've gone everywhere I could think of that has farms. Oh no, for this magic to work I gotta use the real deal. It looks like you have some left over. Still got the energy, right? How did you even know that? But you're right, I wasn't able to head back to my hideaway, so I've been carrying them with me. Ah, damn, to think I'd get to try out one of the old magics. I must have really been building up my karma. Let's see, so I separate them like this, make a knot there. Is this some sort of doll? Of course it's a doll, and a real beaut, I say so myself. You provided the materials, but I made it into this, so the obvious question is, who does it actually belong to now? Don't tell me you're going to use that to do what I think you're going to do. Well, it's only possible because the barrier's weak. If she'd managed to gather up all the firewood, it'd be a different story. He's done us a real solid by going in and shaking up the entire place. Now it's a weird world full of paradoxes. A space that would never be able to exist outside of that fissure. Just a huge mess in there, really. On top of that, it's up the key to its functioning was removed, so the instability must be off the charts. She even sent her power out somewhere well outside her domain to get back what was taken from her. Bet she used up a lot of energy to do that. To be more precise, I was the one who had something taken from me. Grim Shadows, the sheaves I carry are connected to the idea of embracing winter, and to serving the Lord of Snow. It is said that long ago the eldest mountain keeper served Kaliek, and each autumn would gather sheaves from the last harvest of the year. Because of that, the flames from the Battle of Mag Trecht never touched the snow-capped mountains, nor any of the other calamities that have befallen the land in more recent times. So in the end, I suppose it comes down to a matter of perspective. Who would you say this doll belongs to? Neither of you. Sweet! Now we just got this last up. Here, hold on to this. I'll set up a campfire. The temperature's really dropping out here. Hi. Practically a masterpiece, I'd say, just like the one who made it. Guess that's the end of that. Man, think of all the work I put into this, all to have it come down to a straightforward solution in the end. The guy sure is knowledgeable about the local traditions. Exactly what you expect from one of the mountain keepers. Just between you and me, though, I'm not sure he's got the hang of the old druid craft yet. Unfortunately, getting in there again and grabbing more firewood won't be much easier than your last trip. Since it's the root of the power the space using to manifest itself, it's likely to be in the deepest part of the fissure. And you can be sure she'll do everything in her power to stop you from taking it. My guess is that intruders are turned into firewood, and we definitely don't want that happening to you. So much work to do, and the pile never seems to get any smaller, does it? Anyway, you know what you gotta do, right? Why is it so cold out here? Yup, I gotta burn this doll. dried stone. It may not amount to much more than a stopgap measure, but it's the surest way. Great work, me. Now I can finally... Wait, no, damn, I still have those 5 other things I said to look into, huh? How did my life get into this? I got a long list of places clamoring for the great Merlin's help, you know. Thankfully, I got to cross this one off the list. My work here is done. I wish we'd run into each other when I had a little more free time on my hands, but ain't much I can do about that now. Maybe next time. I've set up a local enchantment that'll alert me if something happens here, so you don't need to worry too much, probably. In my heart of hearts, I want to stick around a little longer and shoot the breeze with you, but I was actually on a really urgent mission. I've already put off getting back to it as long as I dare, so gotta skedaddle. Anyway, catch you around, bud. Eat, sleep, and make merry enough for the both of us. Oh, and maybe try to take it easy every now and then, okay? On occasion, I do happen upon abnormally energetic people lost in the mountains. On the whole, that's better than finding someone who's depressed, but being around people like that just wears me down so quickly. I feel like I'm ready to call it a day after 15 minutes. Speaking with him, or rather, listening to him, go on without much chance to get a word in, felt just like that. It's not something one really grows accustomed to. But he seemed to believe it'll be safe around here now. At the very least, we shouldn't have any phantasmal stags leaping out from the fissure to charge us. The unnaturally cold weather ought to be subsiding as well. After all that's happened, I want to say, thank you for helping me throughout this ordeal. I just wish there was more I could have done for you. I know I have at times been rude, my shortcomings on full display. I'm grateful you chose to stick with me in spite of it all. In my mind, I keep coming back to the agreement we made. My intent was that I would aid you with your needs first, and then have you help me after, but the way things went, it would turn the exact opposite of what I planned. And I can't help but feel that's due to the lack of ability on my part. I'll never forget how much you've done for me. If you ever need my help, I am at your service, no matter how many years have passed. Now I'm going to take a look around, see if all that should be here is here, and ensure nothing that ought to linger stays. Thanks to the circumstances, I've been unable to go about my normal mountain-keeping duties, and I feel the need to settle in my old rhythm again. At any rate, I'll see you next time in your mountains, whenever that may be. Back to the Arcana room. Welcome, Grim Shadows. Any update on your investigation? You have my thanks for your tireless work. I was beginning to worry since I hadn't heard back from you in a while. Normally, one of your adventures gets back to me, and while you're out and about, even if I'm not actively asking around. I guess you're just that much of a headline maker. That's why I was surprised when I heard nothing about where you'd been or what you'd been up to. Perhaps even your popularity has limits. Anyway, back to my research I go, or was there something else you wanted to tell me? Wait, I'm gonna need you to back up with it there. Sounds like you've gone through a lot. Enough to constitute several separate reports, even. You must be exhausted. Here, I'll write it all down as you tell it to me. I need to format this to a template I can use for multiple submissions anyway, so that works out. Alright, my pen is out already. Go on, tell me your experience. Start at the beginning. Kaliak, Slimmis, and a new type of thread. So, this Kaliak was the one who sent out this monstrous deer. That's certainly different from the being spoken in the legends and existing accounts. I'd agree with your assessment this is likely not the same entity. Here's what I don't understand. If they're different entities, what reason would the new Kaliak have to mimic the old? To claim the identity but then distort it. Moreover, I don't get why being this powerful would display that power in such a blatant manner. It's though she was acting to imprint her existence upon our minds. Can't really speak as to what her exact objective might have been, but if her goal was to leave behind lingering misconceptions about the real Kaliak's true nature, I think she actually achieved that to some extent. And all that in spite of the fact that, thanks to your associate's help, she's likely unable to leave the fissure. I think Her Majesty would appreciate a robust report on this topic. Slabmiz. I consider myself decently educated in geography, but I've never heard of the region. So that's what lies beyond the Morn Range. This may require a multidisciplinary approach. I'd like to request the aid of several of the Royal Societies and Associations, leveraging their collective expertise. After all, it's far easier to plan a response with access to more information. Ideally, we want to know what's been going on in the area and whether anything more is likely to happen. I'll begin more thorough preparations after I deliver my initial report to Her Majesty. The question is how to prepare. Now, I've got it in my mind that it might not be a bad idea to hire that Mountain Keeper as a sort of expedition guide. What did you think of him? The Mountain Keeper, I mean. Huh. It's rare to find such principled people these days, the sort who put their duties before their own desires. But this deal or agreement or whatever you spoke of? Have the conditions the two you worked out been satisfied? I see. Knowing that does serve to alleviate most of my concerns, though. After all, I doubt anyone would turn down an opportunity to work alongside you. Even the most independent would recognize a golden opportunity when they saw it. Exercising the usual caution should be plenty. If at all possible, I'd like to have his support. Being able to call upon someone who knows these mountains like the back of his hand would be an incredible boon to us in our ongoing investigation. I fear it would be all too easy for even those with field experience to lose their way amid heavy snow or inclement weather. Besides, as a local, I'm sure he'd be aware of any unusual happenings in the area. Seems like a matter that should be brought to Sneed's attention as well. Excelsior! This is it! It appears to burn, yet its ore is entirely cold. It's exactly as I imagined it would be. Even when I was first describing it to you, I didn't think you'd discover the exact substance I had hypothesized as readily as you did with that strange flint before. How do you stumble upon these otherworldly materials? Perhaps I might ought to tell you more about my half-formed conjectures more often, not less. I can't say where this new type of thread may appear in the future, but given its origins, I'm beginning to think that it might only be able to coalesce in places where two conflicting elements coexist. They might be physical, even metaphorical, like the way you described Calyx extending her endless winter by burning firewood that embodies the passage of time. It's a tricky set of conditions to meet, but it does reduce the scope significantly, making for fewer potential places we have to search. At least I know where to focus my investigative efforts. I know I can't just keep asking you one favor after another when you have plenty of other matters to tend to. This will be next on my agenda once I wrap up the Association's surveys of the physics region. Wait a minute. Maybe like half an hour. You certainly had yourself a strange adventure. To think, it all began as a research expedition. Look for a new type of smoldering thread. These new threads, frost flame threads let's call them, possess properties similar to the smoldering threads we've been using. Were it not, the simple test to put my biggest fear to rest. The unstable nature we just observed is precisely what will make them easy to work into a more enduring form. And most importantly, they won't offer any resistance to reinforcing or expanding crests that have already been augmented. On top of that, it appears these threads too are drawn to you like cat hair to a pair of clean trousers, just as smoldering threads are. My guess is that you'll be able to make use of them right away. I'm really quite fascinated. You notice how the temperature dropped a bit when I exposed the thread to the Arcana Flame, right? The property of the Frost Flame thread are fully in line with what I had speculated. That said, these threads alone won't be enough to further the Arcana link. Their ice elemental properties, oblivious to even the layman, would surely be of use in both stabilizing and reinforcing already developed Arcana crests. However, their coldness, for lack of a better term, seems to exert a stronger force than I thought it would. You saw the interaction between the thread and the Arcana Flame. This little opposing, I'm concerned the ethereal flame at the heart of the Frost Flames might dissipate when we try to process it. Oh, that's not the case. We already know a material tied to the flame, don't we? Ah. I don't know the answer to this, so... Smoldering thread. Correct, we've been using smoldering threads for Arcana advancement thus far. Frostflame threads appear as though they'll have a stabilizing effect on Arcana crests. The problem is the dampening effect they appear to have on different types of energy, related to their ice aspect of nature, no doubt. That's why I believe integrating them alongside smoldering threads is the answer to our problem. The idea is to look at each Arcana and identify the points subject to the greatest stresses, where power is channeled through the crest. Those are the places we'll bolster with frostflame threads, after which we can apply smoldering threads to ensure a consistent throughput of energy. That should let us build the Arcana into even more intricate designs. That explanation came out sounding rather convoluted, even to me. Perhaps it'd be easier to understand if I related to the practice of enchanting. You've applied enchantments to a Ukami before, right? If you try doing it with an enchant scroll alone, the rate of success is low, and the scroll itself may crumble if the process fails. That's why it's standard practice these days to use magic powder as a binding medium when using enchant scrolls. It makes the enchantment more likely to stick to the equipment. Even a failure will only reduce the scroll's durability rather than destroying it completely. The relationship I'm imagining between the old and new threads is somewhat similar to that. The new frostflame threads will reinforce the areas on a crest that the existing smoldering threads are unable to stabilize on their own. So in summary, smoldering threads will be enough to get an Arcana crest to stage 5, but unlock its potential beyond that will require both smoldering threads and frostflame threads. Nope, nothing else curious. Now one moment please, information unrecorded tends to dissolve with the passage of time, much like smoldering threads we'll surely be seeing more of. I need to get this all properly written down. There's one more thing. I know Her Majesty's eager to see this report. While I'm compiling everything I need to present to her, I was hoping you'd deliver this first set of copies. Oh, and be sure to tell you about the Mountain Keeper. You've worked with him, so I think you'll be able to describe his talents better than I. Just try to optimize our workflow here. The sooner we hand off these reports, the sooner we can get back to studying. Hi, Sinead. We have a letter for you. Field Expedition Report from the Arcana Association. It hasn't been all that long since the Arcana Association was established. Seeing them this active already shows a lot of growth in a short time. I hope they continue at this pace. A string of noteworthy accomplishments will do much to mollify those who question the Queen's judgment in founding a new association. As the association's official patron, I think Queen Erwin will be quite satisfied. At any rate, now I have some idea of what to expect when I read through the reports. Is there anything else I ought to be aware of? Loisinia. Okay, I don't have to type anything else, so back to the chat. Is that so? It has not yet been determined whether the Kingdom will dispatch an investigative team. Even if the decision is made, I cannot say whether or not it will be an official investigation. Nevertheless, as this matter involves persons and organizations backed by the Kingdom, I'll need to establish some background of this individual first. First, what would you say this Mountain Keeper could offer? The only Mountain Keeper. The mountains can be a treacherous place, especially for those unfamiliar with such environs. To retain his service as a guide would surely be of great help to any investigative effort in the region. That said, the fact that he's the only Mountain Keeper of whom we are aware is not, in and of itself, sufficient reason to hire him. After all, I cannot simply presume him to be skilled at his vocation. It may prove more beneficial in the long term to find another individual possessing similar talents who we know we can trust, and then have them familiarize themselves with the terrain. So the question then becomes, is there a compelling reason to employ this specific Mountain Keeper? He knows the lay of the land. General wisdom cautions us to take nothing for granted, but it's probably safe to assume the Mountain Keepers were excellent at finding their way through the mountains. So I don't see that as a reason we have to employ this specific Mountain Keeper. What we're looking for is a standout reason to hire him. Someone he'd bring to the table that we couldn't get from anyone else. He's an excellent guide. I would hope our team would never find itself in this position, but if a member of the investigation team goes missing, we could ask that Mountain Keeper for help finding them. Anything else? Good sense of direction. His sense of direction must really be something if you're advocating for him to that extent. I'm sure his expertise will be used of assessing any risks to travel in the region presence, or to point out changes in the terrain. I see. I'll take what you've told me into consideration. Judging by the fact that you're delivering the reports to me rather than the head of the association, I'm assuming he presented copies to His Majesty personally. I'm sure you already met with the Queen, however I just thought of something that could be most easily handled by you. I'd wager Her Majesty's come to the same conclusion. I think everyone will also consider you the most able candidate, if you'd be willing, of course. No, hire my boy. I don't even see my bullets. Wait. How many bullets do I have left? Oh, quite a few. Okay. They're training ones. Ew. Ah, excellent timing. It's been a while since we last spoke. I actually just finished reading through Larry's reports. While there's no doubt another standout entry in your long list of accomplishments, I was quite excited that it also proved to be such a grand first outing for your Kana Association. Though the further I read in this report, the more I begin to worry about everything you went through. Larry told me you'd be delivering a report to Sinead, so you could explain a few things in person, but to think she'd send you along to me, sometimes I think that woman knows my own thoughts better than I do. Knowing your well puts my heart at ease. I hate to bring it up at a time like this, but after reading over the report, I had a question. Nothing to rack your brain over. Question. The druid I read about this report, is he the same one I met before? Yes, it was Merlin. I see. Considering his skill and knowledge, I suppose it's safe to take him at his word. I'll work with Sinead to expound on that part of the report, which will hopefully give it enough credibility to convince the members of the investigative team of their safety. How about the favor? I tried to ensure that I found the right person for every task still to be done, but I could find no one better suited to these two. First, I'd like you to deliver this letter to Chief Duncan. The investigation team is being sent out on an unofficial dispatch, and as such, it may be inadvisable to send a messenger or any official in service to the crown. I want Chief Duncan to be receptive to my words, and I think I'll have the very best chance if this letter in your hands. As for the other favor, there's a part of me that doesn't want to ask, especially after you just returned, but I'd like you to head back to Slabness. Basically just check in on the state of things. Thank you and be well. I really appreciate everything you've done. Duncan. Fly with the narwhal, fly. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, your friend was right. Access to many places in the mountains is still blocked by barriers. I set out from Slabness trying to figure out what to do, and before I knew it, I found myself back here. Arbor ran off into the woods before I could do anything to stop him. Baldum always said he was such a good boy, but this dog seems like he does what he wants. So it brings you out to my neck of the woods. Does that mean the investigation will be ongoing? Will be taking part as well? If so, would you be willing to give me any firewood you happen to come across? I wouldn't ask any pay for assisting the team, knowing that your essential part of the investigation is enough for me. All I would request is the firewood, after all. Any piece could be the soul of one of my fellow mountain keepers. Given recent events, I had sought to discourage anyone from passing through the mountains, but I think it's fair to make an exception in this case. I will join the investigation team, not just to find more pieces of firewood. I think doing so falls within my duties as a mountain keeper. Before I forget, there's something I wanted to give you. It's one of my mobiles, the one I was working on when we first met, in fact. I've been waffling over whether to give it to you for a while now, but knowing you'll be coming here to continue the investigation cinched my decision. You see, this mobile has the power to transport its owner to the place where it was made. While I was learning to make mobiles, I was told that the materials used, when strung together in certain orders and combinations, grant them magical properties. That's just the oral tradition among us mountain keepers, mind you. I'm afraid I don't have a more technical explanation for how it actually works. I did, however, ensure that it does what it's supposed to do. Of course, should you need to make room in your bag, you can always leave it for me for safekeeping. Well, you know what that means. Wait, what was that? Arcana Association what? Vignettes? Oh my gosh, you hear, Grim Shadows? We're being sent to our very first Joint Arcana Association investigation. Hello, Grim Shadows. Since you were there for the founding of the Arcana Association, I'm sure you remember its core purpose. Her Majesty has stated that our first purpose is developing abilities throughout the kingdom, making it and its people more powerful. So while we began by gathering candidates who are already skilled, ultimately our aim is to allow anyone in the kingdom to use Arcana. And that means we're heading out there to meet royal guards in Talatarian, asking them about themselves, their strengths, the weapon they use, the works. At this point, it's a simple fact-finding mission. Her Majesty said to treat it as something of a vacation, no need to stress about it, and she entrusted Covena with authority, and she is, how do we put it, the most outgoing of us. And she chose the right girl for the job. I'm ready and raring to go. Apparently I get to choose who to take with me, so I chose... Tutor, how are you? Guess I got signed up for this, even though it sounds sounds very difficult for someone who's not very outdoorsy like me. It's the strangest thing. I remember Miss Miss Covena asked me to go about 10,000 times. Don't remember ever saying yes, but somehow my name ended up on the list anyway. But, Rowan, I need you there. You're the best at reading how other people are feeling, even though you act like you're not. So obviously I had no choice but to put you on the list. Plus, you need this trip. When was the last time you went outside? Do you even remember? Honestly, I don't understand how you're not sore from all the time sitting in one place. What are you talking about? What kind of terrible things are you sitting on? You just need to do what I do and bring plenty of pillows. Oh, and some nice fluffy blankets. But exercise... Hang on, we're getting sidetracked. Next on the list will be joined by the one and only Mikhail. Hello, Grim Shadow. So why am I on this list exactly? Do you need adult supervision or something? Adults, that's funny. No. I just want to get to know you better. You always seem like you're only saying half of what you're thinking, like you're full of secrets. I'm just trying to maintain my reputation, you know. I will find out what you're hiding. Just you wait, I'm gonna find out today. And last but not least, you! This is the historic first mission of the Arcana Association. So it wouldn't be right if you weren't there. You will come, won't you? Well, you're in charge, but Covena, please go easy on Mikhail, okay? Mikhail, you have some experience handling Alchemy Society money, right? Then I'll give you the budget for this mission. Budget? I thought we were just talking to people. Do we need to run errands on the way? No, nothing like that. I know. You tried 12 times to show me the dog. That's so hilarious. I just kept turning the opposite way.
I just want to do my job, okay? I just want to do my job.
You have a field budget that we barely touched, and there's travel involved today, so officially the budget should be used for investigation expenses, but I don't need a detailed report of what you do with it. So I'm not saying you should buy a nice meal, but if you did, I wouldn't know. Really? What if we come back to the association room with crumbs all over our faces and carrying a bunch of takeout bags from my favorite restaurant? As long as you don't show me the receipt, that doesn't sound like something I need to worry about. Anyway, your first stop in Taltane should be meeting with Andres. Yeah, I'll try to be careful with it. As long as we're in Taltane, I should pick up some supplies, but I'll make sure to keep this separate from my personal funds. We're ready, right? Then I declare that the first official Arcana field mission begins now! Let's go to the Royal Castle Moongate! Everyone pack everything they need? We should be able to take the Moongate to Taltane. Wait, didn't Rowan mention she has trouble using them? Ah, Rowan, by the way, I don't know all the details, but if my history with the Alchemy Society makes you uncomfortable, we can travel separately. I don't mind if it makes you feel more at ease. No, it's fine. I heard you talking to Laura about your guns, and I've seen you cleaning them in the association room. Compared to how you talk about alchemy, it's like night and day. So you don't need to explain yourself to me. I can tell where your passion really lies. I guess someone could say you're an alchemist, but I think it's more like alchemy is just another tool you use. You see right through me. I heard you were a sharp one, Rowan. As for the Moongate, even if I end up in the wrong place, I can just try again. It's fine. It's not like I'll have to walk all the way to Taltane. Wait, that's a great idea. Let's all jog to Taltane together. Who's with me? That might work for you, but, Huh? But we hardly ever get a chance to be out together like this. It'd be such great training. Aw, well, okay. Yeah, let's just take the Moongate today. If the going gets too tough, we can always rent a wagon. Aw, or I could just carry Rowan on my back. How's that sound? She's super light. It wouldn't be hard at all. No thanks. I know you've got the muscle for it, but that's exactly the problem. There's no padding whatsoever back there. I end up so sore I have no choice but to find a soft patch of grass to lie down. And I will put my days of sleeping on the ground firmly behind me. Aw, okay. In that case, I'll just have to hold your hand. That way, if it goes wrong, at least we'll be lost together. Mikhail, Grim Shadows, Rowan and I will go on ahead, just in case we get turned around. Got it. We'll double check everything and be right behind you. One last thing to check. That budget Laura gave. Wait, this is. That's weird. What can we even buy with this? Seriously, one spool of cheap finishing? That's all we get? Did I do something to make Laura hate me? We can't even buy an empty canteen, let alone snacks on the road. This is bad. I was going to use this for alchemy supplies, but I guess if we have to, I can dip my own funds instead. The others left a while ago. Let's go catch up. Is that enough food? Nope, okay. Ah, Andres, how's it going? When I ask where you're from, I see Grimshaw's with you, so I assume we're at Castle. Yes, that's right. We're members of Wrath's Royal Castle's Arcana Association specifically. We're here on an investigation. We'd like to speak with the Royal Guardsmen. Ah, then you're the ones that sent that densely written letter. Perfect timing. Today just happens to be the Taltane Royal Guard's regular training day. We just wrapped up our regular drills. We haven't issued a dismissal order, so everyone's free training at the moment. You can talk to any one of them at your leisure. There's so many people, and nearly as many types of weapons. I'm not sensing much mana being used, though. Most prefer melee weapons. They're easier to pick up and train with. But bolstering our combat power has always been a concern for the Royal Guards. We'd welcome any improvement. They're expecting you. Please, take your time. So Andres is the one in charge here. With all these swords around, you'll have plenty of people to chat with, Cabana. And Rowan, please take a careful look. Obviously, I don't want Laura to think I'm useless. Grimshaws, I have something I'd like to ask Andres, so I'll stick around here for a bit. Andres, may I ask you something? First, allow me to introduce you. I'm Mikhail. Ah, pardon me, I should have introduced myself first. Nice to meet you, Mikhail. I use an arcane talent that some might find alien. I mainly use dual guns if used with power transmutation. What do you mean, Infuse, are you alternating? No, it's more like I'll use transmutation to boost the gun's firepower. For instance, you met Kavana earlier, she channels flame into her sword. Rowan, on the other hand, adds her own unique twist to her magic. Which brings me to my first question, Andrus. What would a typical Royal Guardsman think of this sort of thing? That's quite a deep question. I've only vaguely heard of Arcana talents. When I heard, I didn't imagine this. To be frank, I think most would find it overly complicated. You're all incredibly unique, which is probably why you can wield these talents at all, but it's too much to expect that from every soldier in the Royal Guards, not everyone will have your talent or your passion. Now, I'm turning these captions. They're too distracting, I think. I figured as much. Now, if there was a simple way to learn, or if they could learn some small useful part of it, that might work. I'd recommend focusing your attention in that direction. Right, we should look into that. Thank you so much for the guidance. Grimshaws, I kind of saw this coming when we left from the investigation, but spreading Arcana to everyone sounds like a tall order. What should we do? Mikhail, can I use some of Lyra's budget? It's important. Oh, the budget? I mean, yes, of course you can. Why'd you say it like that? You sound like you just got struck by lightning. No, everything's fine. Oh, of course, if there's something you need, that's what the budget is for. What exactly is the problem, though? Right, of course. Well, when I was talking to the Royal Guardsman, I met one who really needed help. She told me she really wanted to use Arcana, but she was born too weak. She didn't think her body could handle the power as it was. But there's a special mineral which can cure conditioning if she wears a bracelet made out of it. She thought if she could afford one, she'd be able to manifest a new Arcana. She sounded so determined despite everything she was going through. Like, even though there were so many obstacles in the way, she really thought she could make it. I thought we could help her, for the good of the association, obviously. We're always looking for new Arcana candidates, right? It sounds like a scam. Yeah, I thought so too. Maybe the determination you felt was to get lots of money? Really? Do you think so? Well, I don't really know what I'm talking about. It's just that with such a sad story, I expect her to be really down, but instead she seems so hopeful. I mean, I guess I've been fooled before, but... Well, or maybe she really thought she needed the bracelet? That story, though. Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. This behavior is a stain on the honor of the Royal Guards. I have no choice but to act. I ensure every single member of the Guard is paid quite handsomely. How dare someone try to take advantage of you? I sincerely apologize. No, it's fine. I'll just think of it as good experience. Yeah, that. You don't need to get anyone in trouble. I appreciate your understanding, but I really cannot let this stand. I'm gonna go find the culprit now. Rowan, if you don't mind me asking, your power, it's something called a sloth, right? I really don't know anything about it, and I don't want to pry, but if it's personal, but if you don't mind, do you think you can explain it to me? It sounds really interesting. Well, since you're friends with Grimshaws, I don't mind saying, I don't think you're gonna run away screaming anyway. The sloth is not really the power itself, it's a spirit of sorts, which lets me use a power called Dorka, and render it into mana, but the sloth, well, it kind of feeds off negative emotions, so it can be difficult to manage it. If I'm feeling a lot of them, or someone around me is, my power becomes especially difficult to control. There was an incident related to that when I first met Grimshadows. That's so, I'd rather you don't. I don't want sympathy or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's hard, but it's getting more and more stable as they get better at it. Especially thanks to Lyra's crest and the help of the association. Right, yeah, hard, but the thing is, what is it? I think this might be something I shouldn't say, so I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind. It's just, that is so cool! You must have some unique tastes. I knew there were people like that out there. I thought you were just really into guns, but it's more than that, isn't it? So, is this what you're hiding from Miss Eat More Protein? I mean, Kavana? Yeah, that's right. Please don't tell. So, this was a wooden training dummy until recently. They say no one knows just how many vases Kavana has broken, and today that former training dummy faced her wrath. But it's not my fault, I didn't mean to break it. Hey, it was my idea, I haven't had a worthy opponent in a while, so just a sparring match. I have to say, you're really something special with a sword. Aw, thank you! I had a lot of fun too, but I can't let you take the blame. I probably should have said no, but, oh, I've been itching for a good bout. By the way, I didn't cheat and use Arcana or anything, just good old-fashioned swordsmanship. But still. Don't worry, I know, it was only up and up. With your core strength, the ancient dummy didn't stand a chance. Probably not far from retirement whether or not you came along. Well, at least no one got hurt, but about the broken dummy, don't worry, it won't be too expensive. Just report it to Andrus, she'll let you know the cost. Oh, Laura gave us a budget, didn't we? We could do that, right, Mikhail? Let me count the coins. Maybe I missed a few. Ooh, Mikhail's sweating bullets. Let me guess, he spent it all we had our backs turned? No, of course not. We'll talk to Anders right away and, Really? You won't get in trouble? Well, thank you. Sorry to cause trouble, and we were having so much fun. I mean, making so much progress in the investigation. So we done here? We've already been outside too long. It's not safe. What if something falls on us while there's no ceiling overhead? I talked to a few people, so it should be enough. Oh, the investigation. I completely forgot. Could you wait a bit while I ask a few people? I promise I won't break anything else. Did I say I'm not trying to fight? There we go. Nice one, Kavana. I thought this would be more difficult, but with how far away we had to go, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, it's been fun, even if we didn't get a gourmet meal as promised. Wait, just call me Kavana? Come on, Annie, it's just us and Grim Shadows. Shouldn't it be Miss Super Strong and Super Cool or something? Don't listen to Kavana, she's joking. Obviously when Anyway, do you know where Mikhail went? The sun's already setting, seems like he should be back. Maybe he went to go talk to Andrews, tell her we're done? Have a good one. It'd be great if the Royal Guards could develop ways to use... I'm finishing this up. Oh, you were stretching. I thought you were just glaring at me. That's why I glared back. I thought we'd unwind a little first. Everyone's been through a lot today, so I figured the least I could do is treat them to a good meal, whether I can afford it or not. Mikhail, what took you so... Wait, what is that you're holding? Sorry to keep you waiting. I saw him by the grocery store. It took a bit longer than I thought. Well, like Laura said, we shouldn't head back without a snack. Everyone's worked hard today. Really? So we're having a picnic? Just like I wanted? Yes! Another win for me! Well, I wanted to get something nicer, but the budget's tight, so I thought we could just grill some skewers. Oh, I actually like skewers. They're not too much of a pain to eat, as long as you don't put anything gross on them. It's gonna be fun. Andy, help me start a campfire. I'll make you want to see grilled eggs, yum, and we had some tofu. What? No, just meat for me, please. That sounds so healthy. Ugh. But if you only eat meat, all your muscles will waste away. I'll be able to knock you over with one finger. You need plant-based protein too for proper nutrition. I'll make you a special tofu loaded one since you clearly haven't been eating right. Tofu? I don't understand tofu. It's made on land but smells like it came from the sea. Come on, just one bite. Who do you think you are, Grandmaster? No, even she wouldn't be so cruel. You two get along so well. Grimshadows, how about a pineapple bacon skewer? I just grabbed whatever I could. Meat, mushrooms, fruit, that kind of stuff. You like it then? How about that investigation today? Laura's big dream, getting everyone to use Arcana, is not going to be easy, is it? But if there's a way, the Arcana Association will find it. I guess if anyone can. You know, I wasn't really sure before I joined that I belonged here at all, but actually, well, we're all so different, and everyone's got their own valid, wild power, so in that way, either we all belong or none of us do. My thoughts exactly, I kind of joined on impulse. Impulse? Like you just ran off yelling, I'm joining the Arcana Association? Come to think of it, I actually heard about someone doing that, supposedly. They ran through the Royal Castle screaming pretty much those exact same rules. Running the screaming might be a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, that was me. No way, I'm impressed. I never guessed you were that brazen, no offense. Well, I'm not, usually, but I finally found something I really wanted to do. I've always loved guns, even as a kid. Same, well, if guns you mean swords. But when I heard about the Arcana Association, I knew it would be the perfect place to dive into training. Huh? I'm only here because Grandmaster basically kicked me out. Before that, I never even guessed the things I could do have a name, a whole field to study. No matter how we all got here, I'm glad we're together now and we can talk like this. And it was fun hearing the stories of all the guards too, even if they were mostly about why they weren't interested in Arcana. Think we'll get more people soon? I've gotten pretty attached by the spot by the fireplace. I don't want to give that up. More people could be fun though. Lowry is always looking for new recruits. Lowry is always deep into researching Arcana combinations. With all his intel, I don't doubt he's got more perfect candidates lined up already. I had a great time today, even if there were things I couldn't quite explain to you. With the warm fire, the taste of skewers, I'm just really glad to be here. You really love those candied strawberry ones, huh? But, yeah, bud? yeah. I'll be right there.
I don't know. Like, he's a boy. He doesn't know. Very great. So much so he can say it. I'm not.
Right. Alright, let me speed through this now then. Alright. I am going to end the stream here for the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, it's been awesome. Thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you to my lovely wife for being here. She's awesome as always. And I will see all y'all beautiful people